Good morning. I literally want to sit on my knees because my legs are dead. I worked out this morning. Today was leg day. Made my protein shake, and then before I could drink my protein shake, took Ryan to work, or like we went to walk because he walks to his train station for work. Saw the most beautiful sunrise, and I was like, dang it, I don't have my phone. The sunrise was beautiful this morning, pink, orange, blue, and as in this morning, 5 seconds ago when I was outside. So I'm gonna drink my protein shake in a minute, shower, get ready for the day, the normal. Oh my gosh, I'm still so winded from my workout. But then I'm going grocery shopping. We're gonna do a grocery haul, get groceries, run some errands. I'll go through all of that and the recipes I'm making this week like normal. And then I've got another chiropractor appointment at 1:30. And right now my plan is to do another like few days in the life video and just kind of film the fun things, film hopefully some recipes because I am doing 2 new recipes this week. So we'll see if I film both recipes or just one of the new recipes. But I figured I would include the grocery haul, all of that, because I know you guys appreciate the recipes and appreciate the gluten-free, dairy-free content. So we're gonna do that in this video. I'm gonna share some stuff like that and then take y'all with me for a few days. Y'all have been great and very helpful at responding to like what type of content you want to see and if you like the grocery hauls and if you like gluten-free, dairy-free content. But now my question is, do you like longer videos where it's maybe like a 25-minute video, it's a little bit longer, or do y'all prefer like a 10 to 15-minute video, like somewhere in the middle? I'm just curious what you guys like. Do y'all prefer shorter videos or do you like a little bit longer? Let me know if you have any preference. So I'm gonna drink this and then get our day started. Okay, we are dressed, ready, showered, makeup, obviously. I ate a little yogurt bowl and now we're gonna go run our errands and get groceries. So I'm stopping by CVS to pick up my inhaler prescription. Gotta do that. Allergy season is officially here and my asthma can feel it. The past week I've like not been at 100%. Then I think we're gonna go stop by a bakery and pick up some sourdough, which I will talk about later. I've reintroduced gluten a tiny bit. So we're gonna go get some sourdough, and then Kroger order is my main pickup. So quick stop at Kroger to do a pickup order, and then Sprouts. So that's gonna be what we're doing.
And you're all set?
Okay, perfect, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm back. I unloaded all the groceries. So like normal, I'm gonna tell you what we're having for the week. So I'm doing 2 new recipes. One is this like meatball bowl with sweet potatoes chopped up, roasted chickpeas, some homemade ground turkey like meatballs. It's supposed to be ground chicken and I wanted to get ground chicken and then they were out, so I opted for ground turkey. So we're doing like a bowl and that's new. Brand new, hopefully it's good. And there's also a recipe or like a sauce with it that's like a jalapeno cream sauce. So I'm gonna make that as well, that like goes on top of it. So a new bowl recipe that we'll try. And then I want to make homemade chicken tenders. So they just sounded really good. I know you can get frozen ones, like the Applegate brand, same brand I got like the corn dogs from. They make gluten-free, dairy-free chicken nuggets, chicken tenders. I know you can do that, but they are kind of expensive. So I was like, I kind of want to play around with making fresh ones. And then I got some stuff to do like a little house salad on the side with our chicken tenders. And then I'm hoping to make a homemade ranch dressing using my plain cocoa June. So that way my meal still has protein, fats, and carbohydrates on the plate. So that's what I plan to do for the chicken tenders. And then I got stuff for BLTs. So very simple BLTs, bacon, lettuce, tomato sandwiches. That's also what the sourdough is for. So let me show you everything that I got. Okay, Starting left to right, I have got some ham that I'm going to use for some omelets. And then I just got 2 things of bacon for BLTs. I got 2 pounds of the ground turkey for the meatballs. The original recipe calls for 1 pound, but I am doubling the recipe, so I got 2 pounds. And then I did go ahead and just get the chicken that's already sliced, just because I felt like it would be an easier, quicker step for me if I didn't have to do that. So I did get like the chicken tenders already cut like that. Got some strawberries, some basil for one of the recipes. This is going to be for our little side salad on the side of our chicken tenders. Got a sourdough loaf from a local bakery that just makes it super, super clean. They make it the morning of. There's no preservatives. It's literally just like your salt, water, flour. So love this bakery and this sourdough. That's not gluten-free. Disclaimer, this is not gluten-free. This is the only thing, but I'll chat more about my reintroduction of gluten lately, but ignore this if you are still full gluten-free. Cucumber to go with my hummus and to chop up on the little side salad. I got some green onions go in the meatball. The jalapeno is for the little jalapeno sauce. Some eggs. Some kale is for that bowl that we're gonna make. 2 sweet potatoes that are gonna get roasted and chopped up for the bowl. The shallots are for the bowl. The lemon and like lemon zest is gonna be for that bowl recipe. Some garlic, blueberries, got some tomatoes for the BLTs. I got 1 full like bundle of fresh dill because that's gonna be needed in ranch dressing and also those meatballs. Some bananas, some of the King Arthur measure for measure gluten-free flour, also breadcrumbs for the chicken tender coating. There was this brand, and then there was one other that I looked at, and the other brand had about 30 ingredients. So when I saw that this one was only a couple ingredients, I was like, okay, let's do this one. Got some Archer beef sticks. So Archer and Chomps taste almost identical to me, and Archer typically tends to be slightly cheaper. So got a couple of the original, couple of the jalapeno. Got a big thing of Chosen Foods mayo. This one is their classic, so it does have egg. Chosen Food does make one without eggs, and it's like all avocado oil based, and it is still very good. So if you're egg free, Chosen Food does have a vegan mayo. I got 2 cans of chickpeas for the bowls. This is for the bowl as well. These are kind of snacky foods, so I got some salami and some hummus for little snacks. This is probably one of my go-tos, is some pepperoni or salami with olives for healthy fats, and then normally also throwing in some hummus and a cucumber for like a little snack plate. 2 things of cocoa june. The bowl recipe actually said to do ricotta cheese in the meatballs. Obviously that's not dairy free, so I'm going to use my plain coconut yogurt instead, and we're gonna see how it is. The Violife mature cheddar slices is also going to be for omelets. And then I picked up some corn dogs too. I haven't had these in probably over a year, maybe a year and a half, because they're kind of pricey. But I was listening to a podcast this morning on the treadmill, and it's just this couple who like lives in Europe, but they're from America. And they come to visit their family like every summer, and they do like good old-fashioned American activities. And she was saying how her son like went back to Europe to his little friends and was like, have you ever heard of corn dogs? They're so good. And I was like, oh my gosh, corn dogs are so good. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna grab some corn dogs today, and this is gonna be my lunch today, and I'm so jazzed about it. It's gonna be so good. But this is my little haul for the week, and I think that's everything. Okay, real quick, I wanted to talk about the gluten and sourdough and reintroducing foods. First and foremost, do not do that if A, you don't know the proper way to reintroduce foods, B, if you're not working with an allergist or another like professional or a nutritional therapist or someone to guide you through that process. If you're not 100% sure how that works, don't do this at home. Don't just throw in foods that you've been sensitive to in the past. First and foremost, don't do that. Just because you see me eating gluten from time to time, and from time to time at the moment means like 2 months in between probably. So I am still mostly gluten-free. So couple things I want to mention. I actually made a video about this back in August and it was like trying gluten ? And it was the first time that I had tried gluten last August. I went to an allergist and I got food allergy tested. So I wanted to double check that this was not a food allergy. This was just a food sensitivity, because I had done food sensitivity testing a few times, but I had never been food allergy tested. Not when I was a kid, not when I was an adult. I've always had really bad allergies environmentally, so grasses, weeds, pollens, all of that, but never food allergy tested. But I did get food allergy tested before I ever did any of that, just to be extra safe, and I would highly recommend you do the same, just to be on the safe side. So I just wanted to throw this information out there that I'm still 99% gluten-free. I've only tried sourdough twice. This will be my third time. As a nutritional therapist, I wanted to throw that out there, that don't reintroduce foods if you haven't done like the proper procedures, if you haven't put in any effort to restore the gut. You normally develop food sensitivities from a weak gut, or what's called leaky gut. So if you're not working with like a nutritional therapist or anyone who can guide you through that, I do not recommend just like reintroducing foods out of the blue. There is kind of a proper procedure for that. So that's just my little disclaimer. Get food allergy tested, work with a nutritional therapist, work with somebody on like your gut health and your food sensitivities. So I just want to throw that out there, that I am getting sourdough, but I've done this. This will be my third time eating it, and I've definitely done all the proper steps before reintroducing these foods. So, oh, she wants to come sit. Yeah. Want to come sit with mommy? Yeah. You want to be in the video? But in efforts to not make this video too long, I'll probably just check back in with y'all this afternoon. I think I want to try to make those bowls first this week. So I need to make something for dinner tonight. So I will check back in with you guys when it is time to make dinner. Okay, it's not dinner time yet, but I had to show you guys. I got a hydro jug. I've never had one before, but Instagram ads for sure got me. I saw this color of this like pastel green, like a tiny touch of like a neon vibe, but it's mostly pastel, like in person. And I was like, I have to have it. And I love it. And this is my first time taking it out on the town. So while my other cup is washing and air drying, we use the other one. So, but I had to show you this. It's like one of their spring colors. I die. Okay, this was not planned, but I'm back from my appointment, and on my way back from my appointment, I was like, you know what I want to make? I want to make those gluten-free, dairy-free, like cinnamon sugar pretzel bites that I saw on Instagram. I saw this recipe on Instagram from this girl who said she found it from like another girl on Instagram who made these, and they're really easy. They're very simple ingredients. They look really easy. And on my way back driving from my appointment, I was like, oh my gosh, I really want to make those, and I have all the ingredients. So what it is a cup of your gluten-free flour, 3/4 cup of either like Greek yogurt, or I'm using a dairy-free one. So I'm going to use the plain Cocoa June yogurt, not the vanilla. And then a teaspoon of baking powder, and I think half a teaspoon of salt. And that is it for like the dough. We're going to mix it up. You knead it for like 3 minutes, kind of knead the dough, roll it out into like a log, cut these little slices, these bite-sized little cubes for your pretzel bites, cook them at 375 for 25 to 30 minutes. And then afterwards, you can either spray them down with like an oil, like an avocado oil, maybe coconut oil, any sort of like glaze so that your cinnamon sugar mixture will stick. I am running out of my normal sugar, so I'm probably just gonna do a little bit of brown sugar and cinnamon, but you do the coating after they cook. So it's 4 o'clock, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make some little dessert snacks, and then I'm also gonna make those new like meatball bowls tonight. So we're gonna have a few recipes in this video, but let's start making these. The pretzel bites are in the oven, and you saw me go ahead and whip up just like a little sugar cinnamon mixture. There is no measurements for this recipe for the cinnamon sugar ratio, at least not on the recipe I found. So I just eyeballed it definitely more sugar than cinnamon because cinnamon's pretty strong. But I'm gonna go ahead and start on dinner. So we have to make meatballs, and then we have to roast chickpeas and roast sweet potatoes. So I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting up the sweet potato into like bite-sized forms for those bowls, and then probably go ahead and start making the meatball mixture. And we have to make a jalapeno like dressing sauce that goes with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and start on dinner as well while the little pretzel bites finish cooking in the oven. Okay, so they're out of the oven, and I think what I'm gonna do is just spray a little bit of avocado oil on the top, and then I'm just gonna dump them into the cinnamon sugar mixture and just try to coat them really good. So that's what I'm gonna do. All right, let's give them a try. I would say yummy. Want to try one? Good? Ryan wants to show you our sourdough. Very yummy. Okay, I will get back to chopping up everything for dinner, and we'll continue making dinner. Okay, switching gears here a bit. While the rest of the meatballs cook, I'm going to make the dressing. So all of these ingredients are gonna go in the food processor, and then we're just gonna blend till smooth. Okay, I'm almost done. It is 6:28. I think I started making the pretzel bites at 4. So I've been in the kitchen for 2.5 hours, which is not the norm. But whenever you do bowls, even with my Greek bowls, they take longer because like you're roasting so many different things, you're cooking so many different pieces of it, maybe a sauce. So it takes a minute, but that's why I doubled this recipe, and I do have a lot of meatballs. And I'm glad I doubled it, because if I was putting in all this time to make, I think the serving originally said it would be like 4 servings. So 2 for dinner, 2 for lunch tomorrow. I was like, no, that for Ryan and I was like, no, we're not gonna do that. We're at least gonna let it do like 8 servings and do like 2 tonight, 2 for lunch, 2 for dinner tomorrow, and then lunch Thursday. So do like a Tuesday night to Thursday lunch. So feels a little bit worth it when I can do like full days and like get more out of a recipe. I also forgot that it needed kale, so I just finished up doing the kale, and they do say kind of like massage kale a bit to kind of help with like the bitterness of kale. And let me show you, I've still got like 5 or 6 more meatballs that are cooking, my last like batch of meatballs to cook, but they look delish, they smell really good, so I have high hopes. Now that I literally have like 2.5 hours of footage, I don't even know how much more I will film. This might be it, but it might not be. I feel like there's some things I could film tomorrow, I think. But anyways, I think the last few meatballs are done, so I'm gonna get it all together, show it to you all assembled. Okay, this is the final product. So I did kale at the bottom, and then I just did 2 of the meatballs, sweet potato, the chickpeas, and then the jalapeno sauce. So we shall see how it is.
Good meatball number of meatballs.
What is a good one?
Yeah, like 2.
I did 2, but I might want 3. Oh!
Okay.
Bunch of kale on the ground. I like the sauce. I like the chickpeas. I need to take a bite of like just the meat. I feel like I can't taste it. Yeah, I think the meatballs taste good. Hello, it's the next day. I realized I never caught up with y'all in the evening. Yesterday was our small group though, like Wednesday evenings. So we were at that, but I did want to give y'all an update on the little bowls that I made, like the little meatball bowls. So here are my thoughts. I think they're really, really good. I think the sweet potato throws me off because everything else about the bowl is savory. And I know some people love a sweet and savory moment. I am someone who does not. I'm normally pretty straightforward. Like I either want all of it to be savory or all of it to be on the sweeter side. But it's like the meatballs are very savory. The like chickpeas that we roasted, very savory. And then like even like the sauce that we made, also savory. But I feel like it is very good. I feel like it's a very good dinner and like healthy option. You've got lots of protein, and then you've got like some yogurt even like in the fat. You've got full fat yogurt like in the sauce. You've got carbs, protein, fat all in this bowl. So I'm making it for my dinner tonight, but I will link the recipe. I just went straight off of what the recipe called for. Besides, I did like half a cup of my dairy-free yogurt in the meatballs instead of ricotta cheese. I think that was the only substitution, and then gluten-free panko breadcrumbs. So I'll try to write down like any of the edits I made. I did double the recipe so that we would get a lot more leftovers, which did end up being wonderful. So anyways, I wanted to give y'all a little update on this bowl and this recipe, but I'll link it below if you're interested. But that's gonna be it for today's video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. That really, really helps me out. So subscribe if you haven't, and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.